Heroes. We all like heroes since our childhood. Some heroes may fade away in time, but some heroes, they will be in our hearts even years after our childhood. Nowadays, superheroes are getting more and more popular around the globe. Marvel made the concept of shared cinematic universe into a common thing in the world. But some of us have heard about Marvel years ago, even before the MCU era. And some of us had become a fan of a Marvel character years ago. We celebrated that hero. Even now, we are celebrating that hero. Worldwide fan conventions, events, fan shows for his movies, even in our localities. Yeah, we are celebrating him more now. Some of the old tales said heroes are coming from stars. But he's a hero not in the level of stars. He's a hero who is nearby us, who is in the friendly neighborhood. Today we celebrate him. Today is his day. His name is Peter Parker, but he is popular by another name, Spider-Man. Welcome to Marvel Fans India. Like most of us, Peter Parker is a teenager boy who has a lot of issues. He's an orphan living with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. That one incident changed his whole life. One small radioactive spider changed his whole life. From that spider, he got his superpowers. At first, he used it to make money. But then, Uncle Ben was killed by a robber who was on the run to make money. At that moment, he decided his life. He no longer stood for money. He stood for humanity. He became the Spider-Man. Spider-Man was created exactly 60 years ago by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. In August 1962, 15th and last issue of the Amazing Fantasy comic series introduced Spider-Man into the world. Due to the heavy public response, Spider-Man got his own series and the stories of him was just started then. Starting from the silver age of comics, Spider-Man have been grown into a big brand across multimedia including movies, games, television and the list goes on. Due to the heavy popularity, Spider-Man got his first television adaptation just 5 years after the first comic appearance. 1967, Spider-Man animated series gained more popularity to the Spider-Man brand. Then in 1977, the first live-action Spider-Man came. Nicholas Hammond portrayed Peter in CBS's The Amazing Spider-Man television series. The pilot episode of the series was released as a movie in Europe. This became the first official Spider-Man movie. It also got 2 sequels, Spider-Man Strikes Again, Spider-Man The Dragon's Challenge. Alongside with this American series, Spider-Man also went across the globe to Japan. The Japanese Spider-Man series started in 1978 and became a huge success in Japan. This Japanese series even inspired franchises like Transformers and Power Rangers. Alongside with the movie, the series lasted 41 episodes which aired on Tokyo Channel 12. In 1980, Spider-Man got 2 new animated series, a series with the plain title Spider-Man and also Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. But the real deal in animation came at 1990s. The classic Spider-Man animated series, that series got Spider-Man trending again, came at 1990s. The huge success of this series paved the way to the next Spider-Man contents, including a theatrical movie. As we all know, in 2002, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came into theaters worldwide and stole our hearts. Sony acquired rights from Marvel and started this franchise. Tobey Maguire played the role of Spider-Man in this movie series. This movie made Spider-Man a worldwide phenomenon more than before. Even after all these years, Spider-Man 2 still considers as one of the best superhero movies ever. But Raimi's Spider-Man movie series ended with its third part in 2007. Then comes a reboot, The Amazing Spider-Man with Mark Webb as director and Andrew Garfield as lead actor. This movie series lasted only as 2 parts. Due to the negative reviews and the drop in box office made this universe come to an end. Is that was the end of the Spider-Man? No, it wasn't. It was a new beginning. Marvel Cinematic Universe were going in success at that time. Sony made a new contract with Marvel and Spider-Man got into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tom Holland started his role as Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. Then he got his own movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. Then the big events came, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. After that, Spider-Man got his second movie in MCU, Spider-Man Far From Home. It ended the MCU Phase 3. Then in MCU Phase 4, Spider-Man got his last film in the Home trilogy directed by John Watts, Spider-Man No Way Home. That movie made the long dream of Spider-Man fans into reality. Return of Tobey and Andrew Spider-Man to team up together with Tom Spider-Man. Also, we got old villains from the previous Spider-Man movies. No Way Home shattered records in the box office and made the possibility of multiverse in its finest way. And it made the character of Tom Peter into something more than ever. And we are very curious and excited to see what happens next. Alongside with these movies, we got 5 animated Spider-Man series. Spider-Man Unlimited 1999, Spider-Man The New Animated Series 2003, The Spectacular Spider-Man 2008, Ultimate Spider-Man 2012, Spider-Man 2016. Also, Spider-Man appeared in various other Marvel animated shows including Avengers: Its Mightiest Heroes, Hulk and Agents of Smash, and even in the season 1 of the MCU animated series What If. Not only in the television animation, but also Spider-Man made success in his first theatrical animated movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This movie focused Miles Morales' version and also multiverse Spider-Man versions appeared in this movie, including Peter Parker. Into the Spider-Verse won Academy Awards for the Best Animated Feature Film of that year alongside with this great box office collection. Also in the gaming side, Sony's Spider-Man video game released in 2018 was a great success. I will say, Spider-Man fans are the most luckiest fans. All these comics, live action and animated and other versions. All these contents throughout the years. We even got Into the Spider-Verse and No Way Home. And the future looks also bright. Fourth Spider-Man movie in MCU. Into the Spider-Verse sequels which will include more Spider-Man versions. A new animated series titled Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is a part of MCU. The Spider-Man game sequel. There are also possibilities of Tobey and Andrew getting their next solo movies. Yeah, Spider-Man fans are truly the luckiest. We all took Spider-Man into our heart because he feels like one of us. We all are heroes like him, struggling in our lives, but also fighting in our lives. Sometimes he falls like all of us, but he'll rise again like all of us. He's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Happy Spider-Man Day to everyone. This is Sreenandan Chengannur signing off from Marvel Fans India. And always remember, with great power comes great responsibility.